We're back on a little bit of suspension work today. This is an air track setup on a early 2000s 379 that has experienced some loose U-bolts in the past at some point, and it has allowed the beaver tail, which is this part, to work back and forth on the weldment on the axle tube, and that has caused excessive play where the weldment and the beaver tail meet. It's supposed to be tight. There's 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch gap on those components that we are going to rectify. All right, I'll show you what I'm chasing here. These U-bolts have been ran loose, and it has allowed the beaver tail here, my big fat pointer finger, it has allowed the beaver tail to shift back on the weldment of the axle, and that has worn right up in here where the beaver tail and the weldment meet. I'm underneath the beaver tail now. This is the airbag right here. Let's zoom back in where the weldment of the axle, which is here, and the beaver tail, you can tell that we've got, I don't know, close to 3/8 of an inch gap right here. Maybe 1/4. I found that these U-bolts were loose again. It looked like they had been tightened up in the past. So we are going to head in here. We are going to get all this crap fixed. You can also tell by the angle of the tie bolt that it is broke as well, I suspect. And yes, my finger is wrapped up in some electrical tape. I squished all the juice out of it there a minute ago, and it hurts like fire. I can't really say my heart's in this one, but we are going to torch these U-bolts off, and that's always good for some views. So let's get at it. Now I usually like to cut the U-bolt in the back first. That way the tension from the tight U-bolt will make sure that that is severed in the back. But for video purposes, cutting the one in the front gives it more effect. Goodness. Oh. Everybody wants to know the trick on how to get these U-bolts in an air track or an air leaf suspension. And there really is no trick. That just absolutely sucks. The way that I have found that works the best is to we'll undo our springs, we'll undo our shocks, take our wheels off, we'll be up on jack stands. This truck is on jack stands in front of the front drive axle, and we will swing this axle down as far as we can go with the limiting shocks and stuff out of the way. And then we will install the U-bolts and then jack the axle back up, and then we will be able to install the rest of our components. So with these being torched off, it's not really that big of a deal to get them out. But getting the new ones in can absolutely be a pain. Ain't nobody got time for that. Mamas. Okay. Alright, so here's the bottom side of the beaver tail, my big old finger. The tie bolt looks to be intact, it is just loose. I'll definitely replace that since it's been ran loose. You can see where this wear is on this front lip right here. And then on the weldment of the axle as well. That is a nice taper when it is supposed to be squared off. So from here, all I'm going to do is build this weldment back up. I'll just take a MIG welder, grind this clean, build that back up, grind it back down to where a good used beaver tail fits securely on that. You just got to be careful. I feel comfortable doing this because I still have the height right here. It hasn't worn into the height, it's just worn into the front. This right here is how you adjust your pinion angle. You can install shims right here. So if we're monkeying with this, we can definitely put that axle housing in a bind, and we don't want to do that as far as grind it too low, build it up too high. So we'll make sure that that is at the right height. We will make sure it is back square and fits a good used beaver tail securely. If I've got a used one, shoot, I could probably fix the beaver tail too. Not that big of a deal. My finger is throbbing. If you must know, I pinched the end of it off on pulling the brakes off. It was kind of one of those, you know, when you hurt your finger and you can't feel it, but you know where your finger was at whenever two pieces of steel were occupying the same location. I couldn't feel it, so I ran to the bathroom. You could see how dirty I am, and I washed it off while it was numb. And while it was under the water, I got the sensation back in the end of my finger. And that is currently where my heart is pounding. Odd, I thought that was in my chest. Regardless, this is going to be a tomorrow job. Also, for everybody asking, this is a up close of the dump bed jack stand that I built. I got a pair of these, and that is just some 3-inch square tubing. I believe it was quarter wall with some C-channel on the top and the bottom. This is a 1-inch grade 8 bolt for a pivot, and there's a chain on here to keep it from sliding if we were much closer to the pivot in the back. But up here I find that it doesn't move at all. But anyways, that's what the chain's for. You can go around a cross member, keep it from sliding out on you. Works super handy. I will not be making those kits and posting them. One, they're way too heavy to ship, and that kind of totally defeats the purpose. And two, that's not the kind of fab we do here. So anyways, I did build those myself. They do sell those if you wanted to purchase a kit, but they're like a couple grand.